In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to transition from an IT job, whether you're doing networking, help desk, software engineering, or any other role in IT, into cybersecurity, so you can earn more money and gain more respect. For those of you asking, who is this guy giving advice on YouTube? My name is Sohail and I'm a cybersecurity consultant and engineer based in Australia with a decade of experience in the IT industry. I started out as a broke musician, got my first IT job as a help desk technician, moved into networking, and then shifted into cybersecurity, where I'm now earning around 20k per month as a cybersecurity consultant in Australia. Not only have I done it myself, but I've also helped dozens of other IT professionals just like you make this transition to cyber at our training academy, Cyber Excel. So the advice you're about to see today comes from proven results, not just theory. Now, step number one, finding your target role in cybersecurity. So this is so crucial, guys, and one of the most important steps along the way, as it determines your roadmap and game plan for 2025, setting you up for success. And that step is to find your target niche in cybersecurity. This is the first step. I'm not sure if you know this, but cybersecurity is a vast field. Unlike what's shown in the media, cybersecurity isn't just about hacking and someone sitting in a dark room doing naughty stuff. To be honest with you, when it comes to cybersecurity in the corporate world, in the real world, doing it as a 9-to-5 job kind of thing, it can actually be pretty boring sometimes. Now, in the screenshot you're seeing right now, there are different roles in cybersecurity. We have GRC, blue team, red team, purple team, and security engineering, and all the other stuff at the right side. I'm not going to go into details on all those domains here. If you want me to do a separate video on them, let me know in the comment section. But your job in this first step is to find out which area you want to get into. For that, you need to first understand the differences between these roles. If you want to make the switch to cybersecurity as fast as possible right now, so you can increase your earning potential, and if you don't hate your current IT job, then I suggest you go with the one that's closely related to what you're doing right now. Let me open this up a little bit by giving you two examples. Example number one, my personal journey, for instance. For me personally, I was a network engineer. I love everything about networking to this day. I still do. Back then, I did my CCNA and CCNP, and I can say I was an expert in networking. I didn't hate it. However, the pay scale for networking was not that great. I wanted more money and honestly more respect and status. Being in cybersecurity brought me closer to my goals. So when I was talking to my mentor, he told me the same thing. Hey Sohail, you love everything about networking, right? The closest role that exists in cybersecurity, where you can leverage your existing knowledge and just add on top of that without spending too much time learning something entirely different from scratch, is in security engineering. Specifically for you right now, network security engineering. At that moment, I knew what I needed to do, thanks to my mentor at that time. Everything I did afterward was according to that destination rule. Because once you have clarity, it's so easy. All you need to do is come up with a game plan, follow it, and execute it to the best of your ability. The second example I can give you is from one of our students I helped and guided, Balaji. He was a software engineer and tester, and all he wanted to do was get into cybersecurity so he could increase his salary and change his life and his family's life. We sat down together on a Zoom call and discussed his journey. Again, he didn't hate software engineering. He quite enjoyed it actually. So for him, he didn't need to go back and learn something completely from scratch. All he did was focus on getting into a role in cyber that was closely related to what he was already doing. For him, it was application security engineering. He knew about software engineering, Python, and C++. All he needed to learn was the security side of applications, how to write secure code, and how to review code for security loopholes. Now, If you're someone who wants to completely move away from what you're doing right now, that's fine. You don't necessarily need to choose a role closely related to your current position. You can make a complete change to, say, penetration testing or GRC if you want. But know that you may have to take a step back in order to move forward. For example, if you're earning around 150K as a senior software engineer, you'll have to lower your expectations if you're trying to get into GRC in cybersecurity from scratch. No one is going to hand you a senior GRC position just because you were a senior software engineer. Also, before making any final decisions, talk to different people on LinkedIn, people who are already in these cyber domains. Ask them questions, test it out, do some training in all areas and try to see what resonates with you. You need to make sure that the destination you're choosing is one you like and feel passionate about. Because if you're not, you're going to hate your future job in cyber and burn out. Sometimes we need to make short-term sacrifices for the long-term goal. Number 2, creating a step-by-step game plan. Once you have decided and identified your target role in cyber, you need to map out what you must do to become a minimum viable expert in that area. You see, based on research, for someone to be a true expert based on studies, you need to allocate around 10,000 hours to something. The problem is you don't have time for that now, right? 10,000 hours. But you can at least learn enough and become skilled enough in your destination cyber role so you can talk about it confidently in job interviews. For this to happen, go to Indeed.com or any other job searching websites and look up your target role. Study the job descriptions and find the common patterns and trends in required skills. List out all the skills, tools, platforms, and frameworks you need to learn to be at least somewhat ready. Once you have that list, create a calendar and a game plan for yourself. Let's say for me, I had to learn about different firewalls and different vendors like Palo Alto, Fortinet, etc. I also had to learn about proxies, web application firewalls, load balancers, and so on. There were so many things to learn, and you can't do them all at once, guys. So what I did in my calendar was allocate 1 month for Palo Alto firewalls, then Fortinet, then proxies, then another month just for review and etc. I knew what I had to do every time I woke up. I took care of my health, did my 9 to 5 jobs, spent time with my spouse, and still managed to allocate study time because everything was planned out ahead of time. You need to do this and stick to your plan if you're trying to make it and actually execute your plan. This is a season where you need to work hard, guys. It won't last long, but this is why a lot of people won't make it. They don't want to do the hard work. If I did it, you can do it too. Don't forget that. Step number 3, foundation. This one is about having a solid foundation, because if you don't have a foundation, the rest won't matter. Just like when you're building a house. First, they have to create the foundation, the structure, the backbone. If the house doesn't have a foundation, it will go down easily. So that's why whichever niche you've chosen to pursue, there are certain things you need to master first before gaining the niche specific skills. Let's say for cybersecurity, no matter what niche you choose, you need to learn the grammar of cyber. What cybersecurity is all about. You need to understand the frameworks. When we say cybersecurity, you need to be able to talk about it. You need to grasp the basics. The way I learned the foundation was through Security Plus content. I'm not talking about the certification exam here, guys. I used Security Plus resources to learn the foundation. As you can see on my LinkedIn profile, I don't have the certificate itself, but I've gained tons of knowledge just by going through the official study book and Professor Messer's Security Plus videos. If you're trying to, let's say, get into application security engineering, Not only do you need to study Security Plus to learn the foundation of cybersecurity, but you also need to learn about software development. You need to learn about coding. Otherwise, how can you do code reviews or write applications in a secure manner? For me, when I got into network security engineering, I already had a solid background in networking. The only thing I did was learn the foundation of cybersecurity through Security Plus and then master the tools and niche skills needed for network security engineering. Which leads to step number 4. You need to have hands-on experience. Period. You need to deal with real-world situations and scenarios. You need to build that experience if you don't have it. Getting more certifications and useless papers or degrees won't make much difference in your journey. I'm telling you guys, I didn't have CISSP or all those certifications YouTubers keep talking about. I have a degree from a country nobody cares about. And English is my second language, as you can probably tell. None of that mattered. The only thing that mattered was the value I was bringing to the table when I moved here to Australia. I had a unique skill set, experience, and knowledge. I had practical, real-world, tangible knowledge. You need to build that. If you don't have it, here is what I did for myself, and you can copy me too. I found training platforms that had labs like ine.com and other websites. I watched YouTube trainings and installed lab environments like EveNG and virtual machines. I paid for boot camps to learn about specialized tools and skills. You see, not everything is available open source or free. Let's say for a web application firewall that was in high demand in the market, there was no training available except from the company itself. I paid money out of my own pocket to learn the tool and get a licensed version because I knew the money I was spending was an investment in my future. I paid for mentorship programs to seek advice and knowledge from people who had already done what I wanted to do. I actually did freelance projects for free for the communities around me to build that experience. I installed open source firewalls and similar tools, building a portfolio of projects on my CV. Don't be afraid to spend money on your knowledge and skills. It's not a waste of money. Self-development, knowledge, and skills are worth thousands of dollars. Don't waste time figuring things out on your own. If you don't know something or don't know how to do it, it's okay to pay money to learn it. And number 5, getting good at marketing and sales, which is one of the most important steps I can tell you about. I've seen people get away with not having enough hard skills or knowledge around their expertise, but because they have strong soft skills, communication, and people skills, they still succeed. You and I both definitely know that one manager who has no idea about what you're doing but still makes more money and has more free time than you, right? They have zero knowledge in your field. That's right. It happened to me as well. That's when I realized I needed to enhance my interviewing skills, communication, and overall sales and marketing approach. Because no matter how smart you are or what skills you have, if you're not out there advertising yourself, it won't matter. No one will hear about you. No one will know you, and you won't have an edge. So this is the step where you need to make sure you have a solid resume and CV that highlights your skills in a very attractive way. Pay a resume writer or a career coach to guide you on this part. Read books on interviewing skills, communication, and body language. Believe me, these things matter. Also, practice interviewing with someone else. Learn how to perform interviews using the STAR method. Try to memorize answers based on your lab scenarios and what you have done in your hands-on training. Make it real. Create real-world scenarios out of your imagination and practice them. Without a proper sales and marketing effort, you won't be able to get the job you're dreaming of. I promise you that. So to summarize, here is the 5 steps you need to transition from IT to cybersecurity so you can turbocharge your career. First, find your target role. Understand the different domains like GRC, red team, blue team, security engineering, etc. If you want a fast transition, pick a role aligned with your current IT skills, unless you're prepared to step back before moving forward. Second, create a step-by-step game plan. Study job descriptions, note common patterns, make a list of the necessary skills and tools, then schedule them out in your calendar so you can learn them. After that, build a solid foundation. Learn the fundamentals of cybersecurity, like security plus content. If your niche requires networking or coding, let's say, ensure you have that baseline. And after that, gain real-world hands-on experience. Use labs, online platforms, boot camps, or mentorship program. Volunteer or do free projects to build a portfolio of your projects and your CV. Get good at marketing and sales. Polish your resume and LinkedIn profile. Practice interviewing and communication skills. Learn to sell yourself effectively. So that's it, guys. These are the 5 steps that helped me turbocharge my career going from IT to cybersecurity. I hope you found this content valuable. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, make sure to post them in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.